everybody, and welcome to the Aquatic Centre here in Manchester for the Summer Regional Championships of 2018. We'd like to welcome everybody on the World Wide Web. Very, very shortly, we should be starting the competition. And we just finish off on our warm-ups. But I'd like to say, if you've got any requests for us, if you would like to send them through on the Twitter feed, you can find all the live results on live.swimnorthwest.org or at Swim England Northwest at hashtag NorthwestChamps18. So if you need to, well, not if you need to send us, but if you want to send us any tweets, we'll try and read them out at some point during the day. And that's at Swim England Northwest, hashtag NorthwestChamps18. And for the live stream and results, you can find that on live.swimnorthwest.org. Well, I would say welcome to everybody. Welcome to everybody on the World Wide Web. And we'll have a parade of our officials very, very shortly, and we'll get the competition underway. Likewise, if you want to purchase anything from the swim shop, Male Sport, are down in the foyer or in the cafe area, and you can purchase anything down there for birthdays, even Christmas if you fancy. So just another couple of minutes and we'll get the competition underway. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Manchester Aquatic Centre here on day 2, session 3 of the Swim England Northwest Regional Championships for 2018. These championships can only take place with the freely given time and efforts of our volunteers. The organisers would like to thank them for their hard work before, during and after the swimming, ensuring that all events are as trouble-free as possible. Thanks also is given to the management and staff for their cooperation and support. The Aquatic Centre is a no-smoking venue which includes the use of electronic cigarettes. To protect the environment, we ask that all rubbish be placed in the litter bins provided, whether on poolside or in the spectators' gallery. For your safety and comfort, we are advised not to leave any property unattended, as the centre staff will remove anything that is left unattended. The events for this morning. Event 201 is the men's 17 years and over 400 medley team relay. 202 is the women's 17 years and over 400 metres medley team relay. 203 is the men's 15 years and over 200 metres butterfly. 204 women's 15 years and over 200 metres freestyle. 205 the men's 15 years and over 50 metres backstroke. 2:06, the women's 15 years and over 50 metres butterfly. 2:07 is the men's 15 years and over 1500 metres freestyle. 2:08 to 2:16 are the finals of this morning's events. In the interest of fair play, we ask that you switch off or set to silent any mobile phones or pages. If one should activate or sound at the start of any race, it may jeopardise a competitor's position. We also ask for silence and no flash photography once the swimmers have been called to their blocks. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome onto poolside your team of technical officials. Your referees for this morning are Neil Booth, Helen Whittle, and the starter for this morning is Nicola McGinty. Officials, please take your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, the competition will commence in just a few moments.
First event this morning is event 201, the men's 17 years and over 400 metres medley team relay. This is the first of two heats. First heat in lane number 3, Stockport Metro A. Lane 4, Trafford Metro. And in lane 5, Waddington Warriors. Swimming in lane 3 for Stockport Metro on this first backstroke leg is Kyle Chisholm. For Trafford Metro is Reese Cambridge Hughes. And in lane 5 for Warrington Warriors is Oliver Horton. Taking a strong lead in this first 100. The backstroke is Kyle Chisholm for Stockport Metro. Oliver Horton of Warrington Warriors in second place. Move on to the breaststroke leg. Into the fly leg, we've got Stockport Metro in lane 3 now taking a commanding lead over Warrington Warriors. And then in lane 4, Trafford Metro. So into the final leg now. Stockport leading around 15 metres over Warrington Warriors in lane 5 and Trafford Metro in lane 4.
As we come down into the finish, it looks like the lead that Kyle Chisholm built up on the backstroke leg, they've been able to maintain. It's been a good effort by Warrington Warriors though. And under the magical 4 minutes, 3:55.37 for our Stockport Metro A team. And that completes heat 1 as we move on to heat number 2. And in this heat number 2 we've got Preston, not so sure whether it's Preston A or Preston B in lane number 2. And Preston in lane number 3, City of Manchester in 4, 5 and 6, and Oldham Aquatics in lane 7. And so as we go out in the first leg, I think for definitely for Preston, we've got Bradley Astles in lane 2, and I think we've got Billy Dewhurst in lane 3. But as for everybody else, I'm not quite sure. Oh, there we go. Thomas Payne, Samuel Taylor, Declan Hall, and Vuship Rees. So it's Billy Dewhurst turning first, 28.82. And it's between him and Thomas Payne. Good battle between them yesterday in the 100 backstroke. For Preston B team, I would say that it's Rio Quarry and what looks like Kenan Young for Preston. As we come down, it looks as though this battle between Manchester and Preston, it's going to be Preston first on the takeover. It was Hugh Takamoto, not Kenan Young. Apologies to Hugh. It was Sam Goldrick, Jack O'Brien. Slightly behind on the scoreboard. It's on the fly leg. It's the Manchester A that seem to have taken a commanding lead, and Manchester B, I would say in lane 5, are coming through strongly. Just overtaking Preston. And they're going to go in the pool second. Preston third. The Manchester C team in lane 6. And then we have Oldham Aquatics. And then we've got a Preston B team. So it's going to be Manchester 8 that come through. Are they going to beat 3:55? Ooh, only just. Good second though. So it's going to be Manchester A, Stockport A, and then Manchester B. And there we have the completion of Heat 2. I wait for the confirmation of the result, and there we go. That comes to the end of event 201. The next event is event 202, which is the women's 17 years and over 400 medley team relay. There is one heat.
In lane 1 we have Stockport Metro A, lane 2 Winsford Swimming Club, 3 Oldham Aquatics, 4 City of Manchester, 5 Southport, lane 6 Marple, 7 Trafford Metro, and in lane 8 Wigan Best. Into the breaststroke leg now. In the lead we have City of Manchester. Closely followed by, in that lane 1, Stockport. And then for third place it's between Winsford, Oldham Aquatics, Southport, Marple and Trafford Metro. And Wigan Best. An excellent leg by the Stockport Metro swimmer. Has taken the lead now over the City of Manchester. There in lane 1. So we have a Rawson Stockport Metro now handing over. Emma Day from Manchester just completing the breaststroke leg. And in third place we have in lane 8 Wigan Best. That's Hannah Sheehan put in a good breaststroke leg there. We're halfway through the butterfly leg. It's Stockport Metro increasing their lead in lane 1 over City of Manchester in lane 4. As we go into the final leg, the freestyle leg, it's going to be Stockport Metro with a lead of around about 10 metres. From the City of Manchester in lane 4 and Wigan Best there. And a good leg there from the swimmer from Oldham Aquatics. Coming to the final 10 metres, it's going to be Stockport Metro in first place. Excellent swim by the Stockport Metro team, ahead of in lane 4 City of Manchester. And for third place between in lanes 3 Oldham Aquatics and Wigan Best. It's going to go to the touch. And it's going to be Wigan Best in third place. concludes event 202, the women's 17 years and over 400 metres medley team relay. Now move on to the next event this morning in your programme, which is event 203, the men's 15 years and over 200 metres butterfly. This is the first of 5 heats. In lane 4, Joseph Chappell of Fleetwood. Lane 5, Christopher Walker, City of Manchester. And in lane 6, Elliot Copeland of Stockport Metro. First 50, it's Chris Walker in lane 5 from the City of Manchester, taking half a body length lead over Joseph and Elliot, either side of him. Increase that lead now to a full body length, and at the turn he's going to turn in 109. To come into the final turn, it's still Chris Walker, the City of Manchester, from Elliot Copeland of Stockport Metro, and then Joseph Chappell of Fleetwood. Joseph Chappell of Fleetwood's finishing strongly, but it's going to be Chris Walker, City of Manchester, who win this heat, followed by Elliot Copeland of Stockport Metro and Joseph Chappell of Fleetwood. That concludes heat 1 of the boys 200 metres butterfly. Result of that confirmed as per the board. Move on to heat number 2 of 5.
And off we go in this heat number 2. In lane 1 we've got Ethan Nevitt from the City of Manchester, Adam Newell from City of Salford in lane 2, Kes Fountain from Penrith in 3, Samuel Greenbank from Cockermouth in 4, William Deeming from Winsford in 5, Isaac Hind from Copeland in 6, William Fidalgo Hull from Cockermouth in 7, and Cameron Jeffrey from the City of Manchester down here in lane number 8. And at the first 50 turn, William Deeming from Winsford. He's going to come down to the halfway turn in first place, 104.64 from Adam Newell, 105.94. And he's just slightly in front. Samuel Greenbank, William Fidalgo Hull, Isaac Hind. And then just coming up in lane 3, Kes Fountain from Penrith. Starting to make inroads as we come down to the 150 turn. It's still going to be William Deeming who turns in the first, and Adam Newell, those first and second, still very, very close though. There's 4 swimmers on 144. As Will's still maintaining that slight lead he's got. It's only just over a body length's lead. And as we come down into the last 5 metres, he's looking the opposite side any further, and Isaac Hines would have had him. Just run out of pool right at the last minute. Good last 50 by Isaac. Wait for the confirmation of that result. And there we have the confirmation as we move on to heat number 3. And in this heat number 3, we've got Benjamin Havers-Strong from Burnley Bobcats in 1, Jolan Bennett from Stockport Metro in 2, Tom Robinson from Ulverston in 3, Harry Lewis Mitchell, Stockport Metro in 4, Alex Watkinson from Warrington Warriors in 5, Alistair Stout, City of Manchester in 6, Sean Penter, Stockport in 7, Ethan Wright from Winsford in lane number 8. We've had a note passed to us. There's a coaches forum, and it says coaches forum, Northwest Summer Regionals, Sunday 29th of April 2018, during competition lunch. There is an agenda. Obviously, welcome and apologies. Regional opportunities, regional pathway programme update, coach mentoring, competitions, and England talent update. So, I'm not so sure whether you have to have your name down for it or you can just attend. But apparently, it's during lunch. Apparently it's in the dance studio up here on the balcony. You don't need to book, you can just turn up. So if you fancy coming to the coaches forum, it's at lunchtime, and it covers regional opportunities, regional pathway programme update, coach mentoring, competitions, and the England talent updates. And as we come down into this finish, Harry Lewis Mitchell, Stockport Metro, 2:08.90. He won convincingly, and there we have confirmation of that result as we move on to heat number 4.
Heat 4, lane 1, Jack Howard of Preston, 2, Peter Allen, Isle of Man, 3, Sam Goldrick, City of Manchester, 4, Sam Horrocks, City of Manchester. 5, Thomas Howdle, Stockport Metro. 6, Harrison Brown, Stockport Metro. 7, Adam Jones, City of Manchester. And lane 8, Connor Hone, City of Chester. And as they turn for the first 50, taking the lead, it's Sam Goldrick, City of Manchester, closely followed by, in lane 4, Sam Horrocks, City of Manchester. Also swimming well in lane 5 is Thomas Howdle, Stockport Metro. It's those 3 swimmers, Sam Goldrick, Sam Horrocks and Thomas Howdle, who are going to turn together at the first 100. Coming up to the final turn, it's in lane 4, Sam Horrocks, City of Manchester. Just turn in front of Thomas Howdle of Stockport Metro. Now Sam's starting to take a good lead over Thomas Howdle of Stockport Metro. He's going to win this heat. Finishing strongly in lane 6 is Harrison Brown of Stockport Metro. But in second, it's Thomas Howdle of Stockport Metro, and third, Sam Goldrick of City of Manchester. That concludes heat 4 of the 200 metres butterfly men's. Result confirmed as per the board. Move on to heat number 5. Heat number 5. Lane 1, Jack Bonzel, Blackpool Aquatics. 2, Brodie Hewson, Isle of Man. 3, Ewan Wilson, City of Salford. 4, Thomas Payne, City of Manchester. 5, Jordan Gaskill, Winsford. 6, Adam Blackshaw, Winsford. 7, Finn Armitt, Winsford. And lane 8, Matthew Sylvester, Wigan Best. Under the first 50, it's Thomas Payne, City of Manchester, closely followed by Jordan Gaskill of Winsford. And then Ewan Wilson, City of Salford. So you're going to turn for the first 100 halfway through. It's going to be Thomas Payne, City of Manchester, from Jordan Gaskill of Winsford, from Ewan Wilson, City of Salford. The final turn, it's Thomas Payne from Jordan Gaskill from Ewan Wilson. Start to ease away in lane 4 is Thomas Payne, City of Manchester. Finishing strongly in lane 3 is Ewan Wilson. In lane 5, Jordan Gaskill. Starting to ease up, but this heat's going to be won by Thomas Payne, City of Manchester. Second place looks like Jordan Gaskill of Winsford, and third, Ewan Wilson, City of Salford. That concludes heat number 5 of the men's 200 metres butterfly. Result confirmed as per the board. Move on to the next events in your programme, which is event 204, the women's 15 years and over 200 metres freestyle. This is the first of 12 heats. Just an update, the last heat, heat 5 of the men's 200 metres butterfly, there was a disqualification in lane 7.
Thanks, Mark. And as we get this first heat underway of this women's 15 years and over 200 metres freestyle, just the 3 swimmers. Rebecca Booth, Wigan Best. In lane 3, Darcy Williams from Pioneer 79 in 4th, and Sophie Lyon, also from Wigan Best, in lane number 5. All 3 girls very, very even. We're only looking under a second between all 3 of them. Entry times: Rebecca 2:25.90, Darcy 2:25 dead, and 2:25.70 for Sophie Lyon. So it's going to be a very, very even race all the way through. And as we go down to the 150 turn, it looks as though we're going stroke for stroke between Darcy and Sophie. And through the 150 turn, it looks as though Darcy's had the better of the turn and has come up just in front. It just managed to get this body lengths lead now as we come into the last 15 metres. As we go under the flags, it's going to be Darcy Williams. 2:25.50, 2:27.06 for Sophie, 2:30.38. And there's the confirmation of the results as we move on to heat number 2. Last to rise in the lane 5, India Nellis from the city of Chester. Going down the first 50, there's not much between any of them. Ruby Hearn, city of Liverpool, in 1, Ellie Thompson from Aquabears. She's in 2, Abby Simpson from Dane Valley. In 3, Lauren T-Bay from Southport. And lane number 4, as we said, India Nellis, city of Chester. In lane number 5, Ellie Lomax from Oldham Aquatics. In 6, and Molly Plant from Crew Flyers in lane number 7. And just as we come down to the halfway turn, it is Lauren T-Bay. She's taken over, 1:08.62. With lane 7, Molly Plant having a very, very good turn at the halfway. And she's just starting to come up out in front. It's probably just on the shoulders, if not just past Lauren Tebay, as we come down to the 150 turn. And through the turn, it's still Lauren Tebay that's managed to hang on to that first place. But she is very, very closely followed by Molly Plant. And down this last 50, Molly seems to have come good. Seems to have come through. It's going to be stroke for stroke, but I think Molly's going to get it. She's going to get there first. 2:22.06, 2:22.69 for Lauren Tebay. Good swim by Molly. And there we have confirmation of the results as we move on to heat number 3. And so as we get heat 3 underway, we've got in lane 1 Megan Jones from Kendal, Charlotte Clark from Prescott in 2, Olivia Brannick from Oldham Aquatics in 3, Alexander Brophy, Blackpool Aquatics in 4, Rachel Houston from Bebbington in 5, Kate Doughty from Bolton Metro in 6, Neve Wild from City of Liverpool in 7, and Christine Williams from Preston down here in lane number 8.
First set of finalists for this morning. Event 211, the men's 15 years and over 200 metres butterfly. In the 15-year age group, the finalists are Elliot Copeland, Stockport Metro, Christopher Walker, City of Manchester, Benjamin Havers Strong, Burnley Bobcats, Adam Jones, City of Manchester, Jolan Bennett, Stockport Metro, Samuel Greenbank, Cockermouth, Cameron Jeffery, City of Manchester, and Joseph Chappell, Fleetwood. In the 16-year-old age group, the finalists are Adam Newell, City of Salford, Kez Fountain at Penrith, Jack Howard at Preston, Ewan Wilson, City of Salford, Ethan Wright, Winsford, Connor Hone at City of Chester, Sean Penter, Stockport Metro, and William Fidego Hull, Cockermouth. Reserve finalist is Ethan Nevitz, City of Manchester. The 17-year-old final, the finalists are Harrison Brown, Stockport Metro, Jordan Gaskill, Winsford, Harry Lewis Mitchell, Stockport Metro, Thomas Payne at City of Manchester, Sam Horrocks at City of Manchester, Thomas Howdle, Stockport Metro, Sam Goldrick at City of Manchester, and Alex Watkinson at Warrington Warriors. Reserve finalists are Adam Blackshaw of Winsford and Tom Robinson of Ulverston. Finalists have 15 minutes for withdrawals from those finals. That's finalists 15 minutes for withdrawals. That concludes the third heat of the women's 15 years 200 metres freestyle. Result of that is now confirmed as per the board. Move on to heat number 4 of 12. Heat 4, Lane 1, Michaela Shackleton, Pioneer 79. 2, Alice Robbins, Stockport Metro. 3, Katie Woodbridge, Winsford. 4, Abby Brown, Winsford. 5, Shannon Topless, Warrington Warriors. 6, Amelia Murray, City of Chester. 7, Rudy Sharmack, Blackpool Aquatics. And 8, Ruby Kane, Pioneer 79. Coming up to the first 100, strong first 100 from Michaela Shackleton in lane 1 from Pioneer 79. He's going to turn first in front of Ruby Sharmack and Ruby Kane. It's those three swimmers moving ahead of the rest of the pool on this third 50.
Does anybody remember Mr. Smith's in Warrington? The Hitman and Her.
You're showing your age, Mark. That heat there has been won by Michaela Shackleton, who's been brought about this conversation, really. If you know the reasons why, then you come and see us at the desk, please.
Pete Waterman. And there we have confirmation of the result as we move on to heat number 5. I think it was just the name association with Michaela Shackleton. With, what was she called? Michaela Strachan, that was it. Michaela Strachan, Pete Waterman, Hitman and Her from Mr. Smith's. It's gone now, Mr. Smith's. It's a shame.
I saw Pete Waterman at Crew Station once, but that's another story.
Me, myself, was a fully paid up member of the Hacienda back in the day. To concentrate on the swimming. In lane 1, Madeline Pratt. From Northwich, Alexander Livingston from Carnforth. Ebony Brown, Dane Valley. Olivia McGinty from Burnley Bobcats. Charlotte Edwards from Wigan Best. Morgan Gaskell French, Leyden Barracudas. Ella Smith from Southport and Lily Duckworth from Pioneer 79. And I've just had a text from my wife who's watching this live at home about she used to go to Mr. Smith's. She was a permanent member, a permanent fixture of Mr. Smith's. I'll have you know. It's a wonder I don't get another text by now. And yes, it was Michaela Strachan. Anyway, to concentrate on the actual swimming, Ebony Brown is doing a fantastic swim. And as we come down into the finish, 2:17.58 from Ella Smith. And Charlotte Edwards. And we'll wait for the confirmation. There we have it, the confirmation of that result. Oh, they've got, as we move on to heat number 6.
Heat 6 in lane 1, Ella Munzi of Carnforth. 2, Molly Gordon, Blackpool Aquatics. 3, Amber Gower, Wigan Best. 4, Jessica Scholl, Warrington Warriors. 5, Eleanor Priestner, Southport. 6, Erin Hoyland, City of Manchester. 7, Neve Knowles, Bolton Metro. And in lane 8, Eve Dootson of Cockermouth. Turn for the first 50. That's very close between the pool. It's in lane 3, Amber Gower of Wigan Best turns first from Jessica Scholl of Warrington Warriors. Coming through the 75-metre mark. It's a very even pool.
Sorry to break in on your commentary, Mark, but the thing is that, do you know what Mr. Smith has turned into now?
IKEA, Decathlon, a retail Nirvana probably.
It is still there though, isn't it? Did they knock it down? Does anybody from Warrington know that Mr. Smith's is still there? And I'm sorry to have this conversation about Mr. Smith's, but the thing is that, like, it's an iconic place. I think somebody's going to come along the balcony and just going to talk to me about this. They've put houses on it. Can't believe that. What? It's a car park at the moment. No way. A travesty.
I'm sure by the end of this session that somebody online will have done an online petition to save Mr. Smith's on behalf of my co-commentator Mark. But back to the pool. In lane 6, swimming a strong second 100. It's going to be Erin Hoyland, City of Manchester. Looks like going to take this heat from in lane 1, Ella Munzi of Carnforth. And then in third place looks like it's going to be Molly Gordon of Blackpool Aquatics. First, Erin Hoyland, City of Manchester. Second, Ella Munzi of Carnforth. And third, Molly Gordon. That concludes heat number 6 of the women's 15 years and over 200 freestyle. Result confirmed. Move on to heat number 7. Heat number 7, lane 1, Hannah Edwards, Carnforth. 2, Lucy Harnford, Leyland Barracudas. 3, Kashiki Schwan, City of Manchester. 4, Amy Tebay, Southport. 5, Abby Winstanley, Cockermouth. 6, Libby Manning, City of Liverpool. And 8, Caitlin O'Brien, Blackpool Aquatics. Coming up to the halfway point, taking a lead is Amy Tebay in Southport. That's a very even rest of the pool. But it's Amy Tebay turned in 104.82. And at this 75 metres, as they turn for home, it's Amy T-Bay from Hannah Edwards in lane 2, and then Libby Manning in lane 6, City Liverpool. Finishing strongly in lane 1 on this final 25, it's Hannah Edwards who's going to challenge Amy T-Bay. It's going to be between those two to win the heat. Finishing strongly lane 6 is Libby Manning. But in first place in lane 4, Amy T-Bay from Hannah Edwards from Libby Manning. That concludes heat number 7. Results confirmed as per the board. Move on to heat number 8.
And over in lane number 1, we've got Charlotte Riley from the City of Salford. Grace Long in 2 from City of Liverpool. Winsford's Emily Riddick in 3. Stockport Metro's Lucia Hearn in 4. Amy Banks from Calne, 4th in 5. Ella Snaleham from Leyland Barracudas in 6. Scarlett Peacock from Stockport Metro in 7. And Rebecca Dawson from the City of Manchester in lane number 8. It's Amy Banks in lane number 5 from Ella Snaleham as we come through to the halfway turn. That's 1 and 2. 1:04.72, Amy Banks. Ella on 1:05.13. But there are 5 swimmers over in lane number 2. Grace Long, City of Liverpool, turned in 4th place, but as we come down to the 150 turn, it's looking very, very even, stroke for stroke. Lucia Hearn, Amy Banks, Grace Long, Ella Snaleham, and even Scarlett Peacock down here in lane number 7 from the Stockport Metro. And those are your 5 swimmers, and it's all got to be on this last length. It is Lucy and Grace Long. They're just starting to edge out away from the other 3, but of the other 3, it looks like Scarlett might just have the edge. It's Lucia Hearn, Grace Long, Scarlett Peacock. That's the 1, 2, 3. And as we have the confirmation of the result, we move on to heat number 9. And in this heat number 9, we've got Simone Elson, Pioneer 79, Emma Tabernacle from Preston in 2, Lois Postlethwaite from Barrow in 3, Olivia Arms from Preston in 4, Rebecca Amore from Copeland in 5, Melissa Braddock from Wigan Best in 6, Georgia Heitner, Wirral Metro in 7, and Jessie Robson, sorry, not Robinson, from Blackpool Aquatics down in lane number 8. Did you ever go to the Hacienda?
Yes, but I didn't pay. And the thing is, you said earlier you were the fully paid up member of the Hacienda. You must have been the only one, because it went bust in the end, didn't it?
That's very, very true. That's very, very true. I know we were just having a conversation, but did I just see Stadler and Waldorf on the scoreboard there? I think somebody was taking the mick downstairs. That's a couple of muppets. I feel as though I need to put my microphone down. Morning, ladies. So as we've gone through the 150 turn, in first place we've got Simone at the 150, but it looks as though it's Melissa Braddock from Wigan Best, and she's coming through in that last 25 metres to take the lead, and she come down underneath the flags. It is Melissa, 2:12.92, good swim from Simone and Emma Tabernacle. And there we have confirmation of the results as we move on to Heat 10.
Heat 10, Lane 1, Sydney Bairstow, Blackpool Aquatics, 2, Jessica Morgan, Southport, 3, Elizabeth Woodcock, Preston, 4, Tori Sopp, Wirral Metro, 5, Jodie Gittins, Wigan Best, 6, Jennifer Green, Wigan Best, 7, Olivia Clare, City of Manchester, and 8, Ella Johnson, Southport. The first 50, it's Elizabeth Woodcock of Preston, from Jodie Gittins in lane 5 of Wigan Best, from Tori Sopp in lane 4 of Wirral Metro. As you come through the 75, it's still Elizabeth Woodcock of Preston putting in her first strong 100, followed by Jodie Gittins of Wigan Best. Swimming well in lane 7 is Olivia Clare, City of Manchester. And it's Elizabeth Woodcock now being challenged by Jodie Gittins, and also starting to swim stronger on this third length is Tori Sopp of Wirral Metro in lane 4. It's those three pulling away from the rest of the pool. And as they turn for the finish, it's actually Tori Sopp from Wirral Metro now, from Elizabeth Woodcock, from Jodie Gittins. Putting in a fantastic final 50, it's lane 4. Tori Sopp from Wirral Metro is going to take this heat. Second place is going to be between Elizabeth Woodcock of Preston and Jodie Gittins of Wigan Best. Finishing strongly in lanes 2 and 7 are Jessica Morgan and Olivia Clare. The heat is won by Tori Sopp and then Jodie Gittins and Elizabeth Woodcock. That concludes heat number 10. The result confirmed as per the board. Move on to heat number 11. Heat 11, lane 1, Hannah Sheehan, Wigan Best, 2, Jessica Law, Southport, 3, Charlotte Wren, City Liverpool, 4, Elizabeth Harris, Stockport Metro, 5, Kira Hanley, Stockport Metro, 6, Mia Greenoff, Wigan Best. 7, Lauren Cooley, Stockport Metro. And lane 8, Emily Conway, City of Manchester. And at the first 50, gone out strongly in under 30 seconds, is Charlotte Wren, City of Liverpool. Followed by in lane 5, Ciara Henley, Stockport Metro. Through the 75-metre mark, it's very close between lanes 2, 3, 4 and 5. At the turn it's going to be Ciara Henley of Stockport Metro from Charlotte Wren, City of Liverpool. Let's see on this third length. Putting a strong swim in lane 4 is Elizabeth Harris of Stockport Metro. She's put in a very fast 50. And she will turn first as she turns for home. Ahead of Ciara Henley in lane 5 of Stockport Metro, ahead of Charlotte Wren. Last 25, finishing very strongly. It's Elizabeth Harris is going to take this heat of Stockport Metro. From in second place, a teammate Ciara Henley. And looking like in third, Charlotte Wren, City of Liverpool. From Jessica Law of Southport. That concludes heat number 11. The result confirmed as per the board. Move on to the final heat of event 204, the women's 15 years and over 200 metres freestyle, heat number 12. Lane 1, Josie Carroll at Southport. 2, Charlotte Kennedy at Stockport Metro. 3, Holly White, City of Liverpool. 4, Madeline Crompton, Stockport Metro. 5, Alicia Hawkins, Stockport Metro. 6, Emma Dixon, City of Manchester. 7, Isabel Hartley, City of Salford. And lane 8, Anna Dutton, Leyland Barracudas. First 50 going out very strongly in lane 4 is Madeline Crompton, Stockport Metro. Closely followed by her teammate Alicia Hawkins. And then Holly White in lane 3, City of Liverpool. But as it's turned for the first 100, pulling away in lane 4 is Madeline Crompton of Stockport Metro. In second place, her teammate Alicia Hawkins. In third, Holly White. And then Emma Dixon, City of Manchester. It's those 4 who are now pulling away from the rest of the pool. This third 50, it's Alicia Hawkins starting to challenge Madeline, who still maintains the lead. Let's see how the two of them turn. There's a very strong turn there from Madeline Crompton. But she's beginning to tire, and it's going to be Alicia Hawkins, her teammate, is finishing very, very strongly. Holly White coming through in lane 3, as is in lane 6. Emma Dixon swimming strongly and finishing strongly. But this heat will be taken by Alicia Hawkins from Madeline Crompton from Holly White. That concludes the heats for the women's 15 years and over 200 metres freestyle. The results of the final heat, heat 12, confirmed as per the board. Move on to the next event in your programme, is event 205, the men's 15 years and over 50 metres backstroke. This is the first of 7 heats. Heat 1. Lane 2, Jonathan Mullet, Winsford. 3, Nathan Still, Crew Flyers. 4, Angus Walker, Dane Valley. 5, Elliot Copeland, Stockport Metro. And 6, Joe Morley, Southport. Very strongly in lane 6 is Joe Morley of Southport. And looks like he's going to take this heat from... And it is Joe Morley of Southport from Nathan Still of Crew Flyers. Angus Walker of Dane Valley from Nathan Still of Crew Flyers. Results of the first heat confirmed as per the board. Move on to heat number 2 of 7.
As we get heat 2 underway, Edward Whittingham from Southport into Daniel Sky from Northwich, into Russell Chavez from City of Salford in 3, David Pugh from Stockport Metro in 4, Thomas Dugdale, Carnforth in 5, Harry Pope from City of Liverpool in 6, Joseph Chappell, Fleetwood in 7, and Alexander Dillon from Southport in lane number 8. As we come down to the finish, it's Harry Pope from Alex Dillon. And there we have confirmation of that result as we move on to heat 3. In 1, Luke Jackson from Cockermouth, Thomas Hill from Southport in 2, Matthew Rooney from Everton in 3, Christian Allen from City of Liverpool in 4, Alfredo Lozano from Wigan Best in 5, Ben Porter from Leyland Barracudas in 6, Zach Smith-Shelley, Burnley Bobcats in 7, and Ben Jenkinson from Cockermouth in lane number 8. And as we come down into the last 5 metres, it's going to be between Matthew Rooney and Christian Allen, City of Liverpool, 30.33. And there we have confirmation of the results as we move on to heat 4. So we have Alex Thompson from City of Liverpool in 1, Lewis Hunter from Stockport in 2, Daniel Buckley Holton in 3, William Fidalgo Hull from Cockermouth in 4, Harvey Lowe, Isle of Man in 5, Josh Howlett from Blackpool in 6, Harry Robinson from Preston in 7, Jude Gibson City of Manchester in lane number 8. But it's over in lane 1. Alex Thompson looks as though he has the edge over everybody else. It's going to beat him 30 seconds dead from Harry Robinson. And there we have confirmation of the result as we move on to Heat 5. As Ewan McMurky in Isle of Man frame 1, Samuel Greenbank from Cockermouth in 2, Declan Hall, City of Manchester in 3, Carl Chisholm, Stockport in 4, Anthony Wood, Blackpool Aquatics in 5, Aaron Bostock from Pioneer in 6, Alexander Nicholson, Cockermouth in 7, and Carl McKenna from Leyland Barracudas in lane number 8. It's Carl Chisholm, 27.54. Anthony Wood, Aaron Bostock. That was the 1, 2, 3. As we wait for the confirmation of the result, and there we have it as we move on to Heat 6. As we have a disqualification. So we have a disqualification to announce in that last heat in lane 7. So heat 5, lane 7 was disqualified.
Some finalists for you now. Event 209, the women's 15 years and over 200 freestyle. In the 15-year-old age group, Erin Hoyland, City of Manchester, Isabel Hartley, City of Salford, Olivia Clare, City of Manchester, Charlotte Wren, City of Liverpool, Jessica Law, Southport, Jessica Morgan, Southport, Mia Greenoff, Wigan Best, and Lucy Ahern, Stockport Metro. The reserve finalists for the 15-year age group are Jennifer Green, Wigan Best, and Grace Long, City of Liverpool. Withdrawals next 15 minutes for that, please.
Heat 7.
In the women's 200 freestyle in the 16-year-old age group, the finalists are Emily Conway, City of Manchester, Josie Carroll, Southport, Emma Dixon, City of Manchester, Jodie Gittins, Wigan Best, Holly White, City of Liverpool, Elizabeth Woodcock, Preston, Charlotte Kennedy, Stockport Metro, and Simone Ellison, Pioneer 79. Reserves, Emma Tabernacle, Preston, and Anna Dutton, Leyland Barracuda. In the 17-year-old age group, the finalists are Sydney Bairstow, Blackpool Aquatics, Kiera Henley, Stockport Metro, Alicia Hawkins, Stockport Metro, Elizabeth Harris, Stockport Metro, Tori Sopp, Wirral Metro, Madeline Crompton, Stockport Metro, Melissa Braddock, Wigan Best, Ella Johnson, Southport. 2 reserves are Hannah Sheehan, Wigan Best, and Scarlett Peacock, Stockport Metro. Withdrawals next 15 minutes for the women's 200 freestyle, please.
Okay, that brings us to the end of event 205. Our next event, 206, is for the women's 15 years and over 50 metres butterfly. There are 8 heats as we start with heat 1. As in lane 3 we've got Jessica Shull, Warrington Warriors, Madeline Evans from Marple. India Sharp from Ulverston in 5, Amy Harrison from Oldham Aquatics in 6. And as we come down underneath the flags, it looks as though it might be Jessica Shull that's probably got it. She has 31.36 from Madeline Evans, Amy Harrison, and we have confirmation of the results as we move on to Heat 2. As in 1 we've got Emma Blair, Aquabears, Amy T-Bay, Southport in 2, Rosie Fordham, Bolton Metro in 3, Libby Manning from City of Liverpool in 4, Samantha Ash, Blackpool Aquatics in 5, Eleanor Priestner, Southport in 6, Faith Bryan, Everton in 7, and Charlotte Hayes from Ramsbottom in lane number 8. What it looks like lane number 3, Rosie Fordham from Bolton Metro, and also Emma Blair Aquabears on the far side in lane 1. She gets it, 31.13 from Libby Manning, Rosie Fordham. Just wait for the confirmation of the result, and there we have it as we move on to Heat 3.
Lane 1, Ruby Hearn, City Liverpool. 2, Isabel Cockerham, Pioneer 79. 3, Louis Potherwaite, Barrow. 4, Megan Hughes, Trafford Metro. 5, Anna Dutton, Leyland Barracuda. 6, Abigail Harrop, Bolton Metro. 7, Lily Duckworth, Pioneer 79. And 8, Neve McAteer, Dane Valley. Looks like it's lane 8, Neve McAteer from Dane Valley from Lily Duckworth, Pioneer 79. Results of heat number 3 confirmed as per the board. Move on to heat number 4 of 8. Lane 1, Liliana Ashton, Marple. 2, Elisa Gornall, Preston. 3, Jade Moore, Blackpool Aquatic. 4, Lucy Cook, Flixton. 5, Kimberly Burston, Oldham Aquatics. 6, Simone Ellison, Pioneer 79. 7, Kate Forster, Southport. And lane 8, Holly Needham, Dane Valley. Looks like Holly Needham in lane 8 from Dane Valley, and no, it's Lucy Cook of Flixton in lane 4 from Kimberly Burston of Oldham Aquatics. Result of heat number 4 confirmed as per the board. Move on to heat 5 of 8. Lane 1, Rebecca Wilson, Copeland. 2, Charlotte Wren, City Liverpool. 3, Jodie Gittins, Wigan Best. 4, Katie Richardson, Oldham Aquatics. 5, Hannah Head, City Manchester. 6, Charlotte Dodson, Prescott. 7, Lucy Hanford, Leyland Barracuda. And 8, Abby Winstanley, Cockermouth. Going out very strongly. First 25 was lane 6, Charlotte Dodson of Prescott. Also swimming well is Charlotte Wren, City Liverpool. It's going to be in lane 6, Charlotte Dodson of Prescott from Charlotte Wren, City Liverpool in lane 2. Result of heat number 5 confirmed as per the board. Move on to heat number 6. Heat 6, Lane 1, Lauren Cooley, Stockport Metro. 2, Mia Greenoff, Wigan Best. 3, Holly Rawlinson, Trafford Metro. 4, Gabrielle Melbourne Smith, Warrington Warriors. 5, Olivia Marshall, Isle of Man. 6, Scarlett Peacock, Stockport Metro. 7, Emma Jones, City of Salford. And 8, Isabel Williamson of Wigan Best. Could we have the men for the first heat of the men's 1500 metres freestyle to marshalling, please? That's an urgent call out, please, for the first heat of the men's 1500 to marshalling, please. Results of heat number 6 confirmed as per the board. Move on to heat number 7. Heat 7, Lane 1, Caitlin Bradford, Wirral Metro. 2, Elizabeth Woodcock, Preston. 3, Molly Roadhouse, Oldham Aquatics. 4, Jessica Calderbank, Oldham Aquatic. 5, Elizabeth Harris, Stockport Metro. 6, Ella Johnson, Southport. 7, Rihanna Bennett, City of Manchester. And 8, Chloe Cotton, Preston. And finishing very strongly is Jessica Calderbank in Lane 4 from Oldham. And it is Jessica Calderbank of Oldham from Elizabeth Harris of Stockport Metro. That concludes heat number 7 of the women's 50 metres butterfly, result of which is confirmed as per the board. Move on to heat number 8, the final heat. Could I have coaches, please, as soon as possible from the following clubs: Northwich, Fleetwood, Cockermouth, Leyland, Pioneer 79 and Trafford. That's coaches as soon as possible, please, to the timing room: Northwich, Fleetwood, Cockermouth, Leyland, Pioneer and Trafford. Thank you.
There we have the confirmation of the result for that final heat. And that brings us to the end of event 206. Our next event, 207, is for the men's 15 years and over, the 1500 metres freestyle. There are 4 heats. And as we do, always start with heat number 1. And in this first heat, in lane 3, we've got Ryan McGreevy from Fleetwood. Lane 4, One-Eyed Tam from City of Manchester. Jacob Robson from Winsford in lane number 5. And in lane number 6, Christopher Walker from the City of Manchester. So this is the time where we sit back and enjoy the swimming. And while we do, I'll just announce the finalists for the men's 15 years and over 50 metres backstroke finals. In the 15 years age group, we've got Fredo Lozano from Wigan Best, Edward Whittingham from Southport, Harry Robinson from Preston, Samuel Greenbank from Cockermouth, Alex Campbell, City of Manchester, Alexander Dillon from Southport, Harvey Lowe, Isle of Man, Ben Jenkinson from Cockermouth. And reserve finalists: Joseph Chappell from Fleetwood and Daniel Sky from Northwich. 16 years age group, we have Zach Smith-Shelley, Burnley Bobcats, Alex Thompson from City of Liverpool, Thomas Duxbury, Bolton Metro, Ethan Jones, Winsford, Ronan Greening from Crockermouth, Harry Pope, City of Liverpool, Christian Allen, City of Liverpool, and Matthew Rooney from Everton. Reserve finalists William Fidalgo Hull, Cockermouth, and Carl McKenna, Leyland Barracudas. And in the 17 years age group, Anthony Wood from Blackpool Aquatics, Billy Dewars from Preston, Thomas Howdle from Stockport Metro, Thomas Gilroy from Pioneer 79, Neil Wiley, Prescott, Carl Chisholm, Stockport, Alex Watkinson from Warrington Warriors, and Aaron Bostock from Pioneer 79, with reserve finalists of Reese Cambridge Hughes, Trafford, and Declan Hall from the City of Manchester. And they are your finalists for the men's 15 years and over 50 metres backstroke. Head coaches, team managers, you have 15 minutes in which to withdraw any of your swimmers. So we've just gone to 250, one item. A long way to go on this 1500 metres. 30 lengths. Oh, have we got some more?
Have the finalists now for event 214, the women's 15 years and over 50 metres butterfly. In the 15-year age group, Holly Needham, Dane Valley, Charlotte Wren, City Liverpool, Caitlin Bradford, Wirral Metro, Gabriella Melbourne Smith, Warrington Warriors, Rebecca Amore, Copeland, Kimberly Burston, Oldham Aquatic, Mia Greenoff, Wigan Best, and Isabel Williamson, Wigan Best. Reserve finalists are Lily Duckworth, Pioneer 79, and Kate Forster, Southport. In the 16-year-old age group, the finalists are Jodie Gittins, Wigan Best, Holly White, City of Liverpool, Elizabeth Woodcock, Preston, Olivia Marshall, Isle of Man, Ruby Burns, Satellite, Lucy Cook, Flixton, Neve McAteer, Dane Valley, and Abby Winstanley, Cockermouth. Reserve finalists are Rebecca Wilson, Copeland, and Emma Blair, Aqua Bears. In the 17-year-old age group, the finalists are Holly Rawlinson, Trafford Metro, Tori Sopp, Wirral Metro, Elizabeth Harris, Stockport Metro, Jessica Calderbank, Oldham Aquatics, Kiera Standing, Stockport Metro, Molly Roadhouse, Oldham Aquatics, Scarlett Peacock, Stockport Metro, Emily Keys, City of Salford, with the reserves Emma Jones, City of Salford, and Charlotte Dodson of Prescott. Could finalists please withdraw within 15 minutes, please? These are the finalists for the women's 15 and over 50 metres butterfly. So last 100 of this first heat of the men's 15 and over 1500. And in first place on this final 100 is One-Eyed Tam from the city of Manchester, followed by his teammate in lane 6, Christopher Walker. From Ryan McGreevy of Fleetwood, and then Jacob Robinson of Winsford just turning for his final 100. Completing this first heat, in first place it's going to be One-Eyed Tam from the city of Manchester. Time around about 18:10. He's 18:08:04. It's better than the entry time of 18:15. In second place, Christopher Walker, city of Manchester. Third place is going to be Ryan McGreevy of Fleetwood. PB, entry time of 18:25:20, so 2 seconds. And finally Jacob Robson from Winsford, completing the heat. So that's heat 1 complete. Results confirmed. Move on to heat number 2 of 4 of the men's 1500 metres freestyle. Lane 1, William Deming, Winsford. 2, Tiago Lorry, Trafford Metro. 3, Finley Jones Wright, Fleetwood. 4, Benjamin Makin, Pioneer 79. 5, Jake Brassington, Crew Flyers. 6, Alexander Moss, Winsford. 7, Thomas McCarthy, City of Salford. And 8, Jay Bolton, City of Salford. The swimmers for heat 2 of this 1500 metres freestyle. Immediately after the completion of this heat, there will be a swim off for the boys 50 metres backstroke for a place in the 17-year-old age group final, and that will be between Aaron Bostock of Pioneer 79 and Reese Cambridge Hughes of Trafford. So that's immediately after this heat is completed. There'll be a swim off for the boys 50 metres backstroke between Aaron Bostock of Pioneer 79 and Reese Cambridge Hughes of Trafford. Let's move into the second 100 now. It's a fairly even pool. Just a reminder to all coaches that there is a regionals coaches forum at lunchtime in the dance studio. On the agenda are regional opportunities, regional pathway programme, coach mentoring, competitions and England talent update. So that's during the competition lunch. That's a coaches forum in the dance studio. Just a reminder, in the cafe area are the sports, male sports, the swimming suppliers, and we're looking at this afternoon's session a warm-up time of 1:45 to 2:15 for females, 2:15 to 2:45 for male. Session start 2:45 as soon as practical after that, with an estimated finish time tonight of 6:35. And as yet, I'm still waiting for on our Twitter feed. There's one signatory for our hashtag Save Mr. Smiths in Warrington.
I think just while we've got a minute
Or two.
or two, I'd like to say congratulations to 4 of our Northwest swimmers who have been selected to swim for their country in the English Schools World Championships over in Morocco, and that is next week. Myself has been involved with English schools for the last couple of years, and I'm fortunate to be the team manager. That doesn't mean that I have to do everything. There is a support staff, and this year we went down to Crawley with a team of 39 swimmers from the region, and we did unbelievably well. And I would like to say congratulations to Elizabeth Harris from Stockport Metro, Matthew George and Marcus Day from the city of Salford, and also Harley Benjes from Wigan Best, who have been selected to represent their country at the English Schools World Championships in Morocco. The competition will take place in Casablanca, and they will leave on the 2nd, which I think is Tuesday. The competition is all week till the 9th, and like I say, it was a very, very good competition. It's like the counties and regionals competition, where the divisional championships or the divisions swim against each other, and there is some very, very fierce competition. If anybody knows the schools from around the country, especially the very good ones, Millfield, Mount Kelly, Ellesmere, most of their swimmers are on the talent programme for GB swimming. And I think it's the first time this, well, as long as I've been involved with them and previous, that we've had 4 swimmers from the Northwest representing the country at the World Championships. And I would like to say thank you very much and congratulations to them, and hope they do very well, and the experience that they will gain from that will be an absolutely fabulous one. Also over the weekend, our head coach Noel Horton, wherever Noel is, from Burnley, I don't know where he is he around the pool somewhere, was our head coach for the weekend. And I would like to pay tribute to himself, who did a fabulous job with the swimmers, getting them through, getting them prepared, and also with their races before, during, and after. And thank you very, very much to him. And like I say, I don't want to go on too long, but the thing is that congratulations to those 4 swimmers who will be representing their country in the English Schools World Championships.
Coming to the final 100, it's Benjamin Macon from Pioneer 79 in first place, closely followed by Thomas McCarthy in lane 7 from City of Salford. Then in third place, it's Finley Jones Wright in lane 3 from Fleetwood. Just turning, there is Alexander Moss of Winsford. We're completing now. This winner of the second heat of the men's 1500 is going to be Benjamin Macon of Pioneer 79. 17:27 compared to an entry time of 17:34. So 7 seconds there off his entry time. In second place, Thomas McCarthy, City of Salford. And in third place, Finley Jones Wright of Fleetwood. It's completing now is Jake Brassington of Crew Flyers. And finally coming in the final 10 metres now is Tiago Lorry of Trafford Metro. That concludes heat number 2 of the men's 15 and over 1500 metres freestyle. Before we commence with heat number 3, we have a swim off for a place in the final of the boys 17-year-old 50 metres backstroke. This swim off is between lane 4, Aaron Bostock of Pioneer 79, and in lane 5 it will be Reese Cambridge Hughes of Trafford. So the first 25, it looks slightly ahead, is Reese in lane 5. But actually, there's looking now, it's Aaron coming back at them. And it looks like it's going to be Aaron. And yes, Aaron Bostock has won a place in the final of the boys' 17-year-old 50 metres backstroke. Result confirmed as per the board. Move on to heat number 3 now of the men's 1500 metres freestyle. Lane 1, Harper Whitehead, Dane Valley. 2, Harry Brothwood, Blackpool Aquatic. 3, Henry Oliver, Winsford. 4, Joel Donald, Stockport Metro. 5, Benjamin Winterburn, Carnforth. 6, Ben Smith, City of Manchester. 7, Samuel Coulthard, Southport. And lane 8, Isaac Hind, Copeland. Coming up to the final 100 now. Leading from the first 100 of this is Joel Donald of Stockport Metro in lane 4. In second place is Ben Smith, City of Manchester. Followed by Benjamin Winterburn of Carnforth, and then Samuel Coulthard of Southport. Just turned now is Harry Brothwood, Blackpool Aquatic, Henry Oliver of Winsford, and Harper Whitehead of Dane Valley. And finally, final 100 coming up now for Isaac Hind of Copeland. The final 25 now, it's going to be Joel Donald of Stockport Metro who's going to take this third heat of the men's 1500 metres by 25 metres. Time of 17:05 compared to 17:08, so that's a personal best there for Joel, well done. In second place it's going to be in lane 6 Ben Smith, City of Manchester. Third place Benjamin Winterburn of Carnforth. Fourth is Samuel Coulthard of Southport. Fifth, Harry Brothwood of Blackpool Aquatic. Then Henry Oliver of Winsford, Harper Whitehead of Dane Valley. And coming up to complete his final 10 metres is Isaac Hind of Copeland. That concludes heat number 3 of the men's 1500 metres freestyle. Move on to the fourth and final heat. Results of that third heat just confirmed on the board. Move on to the fourth and final heat. Lane 1, Ethan Wright, Winsford. 2, Alex Crossland Robbins, Stockport Metro. 3, Elliot Pickford, Wirral Metro. 4, Jack Bonsall, Blackpool Aquatic. 5, Harley Benjis, Wigan Best. 6, Joseph Dehan, Stockport Metro. 7, Ewan Wilson, City of Salford. And Lane 8, Jay Cushion of Winsford. Would finalists please for the women's 200 metres freestyle. That's the women's 15 years, 16 years and 17 years. Events 208, 209 and 210. Please start making their way to the registration area, please. That's all finalists for the women's 200 metres freestyle to the registration area, please. Final 100, leading from the start, it's in lane 4, Jack Bonsall from Blackpool Aquatic. From in lane 6, Joseph Dehan, Stockport Metro. And then followed by in lane 2, Alex Crossland Robbins. Just turning now in lane 7 is Ewan Wilson, City of Salford. And turning now in lanes 1 and 2 are Ethan Wright and Jay Cushion of Winsford. But in first place in this final heat of the men's 1500, it's going to be Jack Bonsall of Blackpool Aquatic with a time of 16:19. Joseph Dehan from Stockport, time of 16:26. That's 5 seconds up on his entry time. In third place, Alex Crossland Robbins, 16:29. Fourth is Harley Benjis of Wigan Best. Coming in now is Elliot Pickford in lane 3, and in lane 7, Ewan Wilson, City of Salford. Followed by Jake Cushion of Winsford and Ethan Wright of Winsford. That concludes the final heat of the men's 1500 freestyle. Result of that is now confirmed on the board. Just a reminder again to all the coaches before we commence the finals this morning. There's a coaches forum this lunchtime in the dance studio. Northwest Summer Regional Coaches Forum. Among the agenda items are regional opportunities, coach mentoring competitions, regional pathway programme and England talent update. Moving now, we move on to our first final of this morning. This is event 208. This is the women's 15 years 200 metres freestyle. In lane 1 from the City of Manchester, Erin Hoyland. In lane 2 from Salford, City of Salford, is Isabel Hartley. In lane 3 from the City of Manchester is Olivia Clare. In lane 4 from the City of Liverpool is Charlotte Wren. Lane 5 from Southport, Jessica Law. Lane 6 also from Southport, Jessica Morgan. In lane 7 from Wigan Best, Mia Greenoff. And in lane 8 from Stockport Metro is Lucy Ahern. These are the finalists for the women's 15 years 200 metres freestyle.
So last to rise was Charlotte Wren's, City of Liverpool. And as we go down the first 50, it looks as though it's going to be Charlotte Wren's who's going to turn first from Jessica Law. And then Jessica Morgan, two Southport swimmers, second and third at the minute. A nice arrowhead formation is just starting to form as we come down to the halfway. It is still Charlotte Wren's from Jessica Law. There's Olivia Clare Now just on the other side of Charlotte. That's turned in third place. But it looks like Jessica Law is starting to come back on Charlotte. It's still going to be Charlotte that's going to turn in the first place, but now not be far behind her. Only 0.3 of a second is Jessica Law. As we come down this final 50, it looks like Charlotte's had a really good turn off the wall. Has now put a body length's lead in between her, Jessica, Olivia Clare coming through. In lane 2, Isabel Hartley. Is she going to get the second place? It's going to be touch and go for that second place. It's Olivia Clare from Isabel Hartley and Jessica Law just missing out. And there we have the confirmation of that result. As we move on to our next final, which is for the women's 16 years 200 meters freestyle. In lane 1, from City of Manchester, Emily Conway. Lane 2, from Southport, Josie Carroll. Lane 3, from the City of Manchester, Emma Dixon. Lane 4, from Wigan Best, Jodie Gittins. Lane 5, from City of Liverpool, Holly White. Lane 6, from Preston, Elizabeth Woodcock. Lane 7, from Stockport Metro, Charlotte Kennedy. And in lane 8, from Pioneer 79, Simone Elson. And they are your finalists for the 16 years 200 meters freestyle final. And as we get underway, first to rise was Charlotte Kennedy, down here in lane number 7. But it's our lane 4 and 5, Jodie Gittins, Holly White, as they go through the turn. It is Jodie that turns first from Holly White, from Elizabeth Woodcock. And over in lane 2, Josie Carroll. She's just coming up on Emma Dixon's shoulder. Just coming through. And so as we come through to halfway, still Jodie from Holly White, from Emma Dixon, Josie Carroll. Still anybody's race as we come down to the 150 turn. Still stroke for stroke though, between Jodie and Holly. It is going to be Jodie that turns first at the 150. Looks like the better turn for Jodie. But Emma Dixon, she's coming back very, very strongly as we come into the final 25. She's coming up onto the shoulder of Jodie Gittins. As the fight now for this first place, as we come under the flags, it looks as though it's going to be Jodie Gittins from Emma Dixon. And Holly White just into that third place. As we have confirmation of that result. As we move on to our next final, which is the women's 17 years and over 200 meters freestyle final.
Okay, go with names.
In lane 1 from Southport, Ella Johnson. Lane 2 from Wigan Best, Melissa Braddock. Lane 3 from Stockport Metro, Madeline Crompton. Lane 4 from Stockport Metro, Elizabeth Harris. Lane 5 from Wirral Metro, Tori Stopp. Lane 6 from Stockport Metro, Kiera Henley. Lane 7 from Blackpool Aquatic is Sydney Bairstow. And in lane 8 from Wigan Best is Hannah Sheehan. These are the finalists for the women's 17 years 200 metres freestyle.
One of you announces the title and one does the names, or something like that. So this time, if you want to announce
First 25,
the event intro.
fairly even pool. Elizabeth Harris going stroke for stroke with Tori Sopp in lane 5. Also swimming well in lane 3 is Madeline Compton, Stockport Metro. But at the turn it's Elizabeth Harris from Madeline Compton. Moving into the second 50 now, swimming well in lane 3. It's Madeline Compton of Stockport Metro with the lead over her teammate Elizabeth Harris. Those two now edging away, swimming stroke for stroke at the halfway stage. In third place, it's Kiera Henley of Stockport Metro. But it's looking increasingly like for first place it's going to be between the two Stockport Metro swimmers, between Madeline Compton in lane 3 and Elizabeth Harris in lane 4. In third place it's going to be close between Kiera Henley and Sydney Bairstow. Sorry, Tori Sopp and Kiera Henley. Moving into the final 25, it's going to be a close finish between the two Stockport swimmers. In lane 3, it's Madeline Compton, and in lane 4, Elizabeth Harris. And it's Elizabeth who's now edging away. It's going to be Elizabeth who wins this 17-year women's 200 freestyle. First, Elizabeth Harris. Second, Madeline Compton. Third place, Tori Sopp of Wirral Metro. So the rest of the pool comes in. That concludes event 2-1-10. Women's 17 years and over 200 metres freestyle. The results of which are confirmed as per the board now. Move on to the next events in your programme.
Okay, go event title.
Event 2-1-1, which is the men's 15 years 200 metres butterfly.
In lane 2, from the City of Manchester, Cameron Jeffrey. In lane 3, from Burnley Bobcats, Benjamin Havers Strong. In lane 4, from the City of Manchester, Adam Jones. In lane 5, from Stockport Metro, Jolan Bennett. In lane 6, from the City of Manchester, Christopher Walker. And in lane 7, from Fleetwood, Joseph Chappell. And these are your finalists for the men's 15 years, 200 metres butterfly final. And last to rise was Adam Jones over in lane 4. There's next to him Jolan Bennett. He's got the slight lead at the minute as Adam. And coming down into the 50 turn, it is Adam Jones, Jolan Bennett, Benjamin Havers Strong. And these three are starting to pull away from the rest of the field. Good strong stroke by Adam Jones. He's just managing to edge out about a body length lead as we come into the halfway turn. He turns first. A good turn off the wall by Jolan Bennett though. It's brought him right back into contention. But Adam still going strong. I think Jolan just needs another good turn like that off the wall. Will bring him right back into contention with Adam as we come down into the 150 turn. It's good underwater work. It's still there though. Adam swimming really strongly and looking as though he's starting to pull away just on these last few strokes. And as we come down underneath the flags, it's going to be Adam Jones from Jolan Bennett, from Benjamin Havers Strong. That's your 1, 2, 3. As we wait for the confirmation of the result, and there we have it. As we move on to our next final, which is for the men's 16 years 200 meters butterfly final. In lane 1, from City of Salford, Adam Newell. Lane 2, from Penrith, Kes Fountain. In lane 3, from Preston, Jack Howard. Lane 4, from City of Salford, Ewan Wilson. Lane 5, from Winsford, Ethan Wright. Lane 6, from City of Chester, Connor Hone. Lane 7, from Stockport Metro, Sean Penter. And in lane 8, from Cockermouth, William Fidalgo Hull. And they're your finalists for the men's 16 years 200 meters butterfly final.
Strong start in lane 3 there from Jack Howard of Preston.
Yeah. Okay.
Also swimming well the first 50 is Connor Hone from City of Chester in lane 6. The turn, it's actually Connor Hone from City of Chester.
1, 3.
Let's move into the 75 metre mark. It's Connor Hone in lane 6 from the City of Chester swimming very well, as is in lane 3 Jack Howard from Preston. But at the turn it's going to be Connor Hone from the City of Chester. Moving into the final turn, it's still Connor Hone in lane 6 from the City of Chester. From in lane number 3, Jack Howard from Preston. And at the turn, it's going to be Connor from Jack Howard of Preston. Has Connor got it in him? Starting to come through now. In lane at number 4 is Ewan Wilson, the City of Salford, who's going to take this. In second place, it's going to be close between Jack Howard of Preston and Connor Hone, City of Chester. And in first place, it's Ewan Wilson, City of Salford. In second, it's Jack Howard of Preston, and in third place, Connor Hone. That concludes the men's 16 years 200 metres butterfly final. The results now confirmed as per the board. Move on to the next event in your programme, which is event 213. This is the men's 17 years 200 metres butterfly final. In lane 1, from Warrington Warriors, Alex Watkinson. In lane 2, from Winsford, Jordan Gaskill. In 3, from Stockport Metro, Harry Lewis Mitchell. In 4, from City of Manchester, Thomas Payne. In 5, from City of Manchester, Sam Horrocks. In 6, from Stockport Metro, Thomas Howdle. And in lane 7, from Stockport Metro, Harrison Brown. These are the finalists for the men's 17 years 200 metres butterfly.
As we go down the first 50, Thomas Payne, Sam Horrocks and Thomas Howdle seem to have a slight edge over Harry Lewis Mitchell, our other Stockport swimmer. And at the moment it's Sam Horrocks entry into the final, 2:06.90. With Thomas Payne, 2:06.59. As they go through halfway. It's Thomas Payne. Just starting to edge out this lead now over Sam and Thomas Howdle, but still hanging in there. In lane 3, Harry Lewis Mitchell from Stockport. Into the 150 turn. Still Thomas Payne. He's almost a body length lead now. As they come into the final 25, he's starting to edge away from the other 3 swimmers. But Sam Horrocks looks as though he's going to keep that second place from Thomas Howdle. And Harry just finishing in that 4th place. 2:02.67. As we move on to our next final, which is the women's 15 years 50 meters butterfly final.
In lane 1 from Dane Valley, Holly Needham. In lane 2 from City of Liverpool, Charlotte Wren. In lane 3 from Wirral Metro, Caitlin Bradford. In lane 4, Waddington Warriors, Gabrielle Melbourne Smith. In lane 5 from Copeland, Rebecca Moore. In lane 6 from Oldham Aquatics is Kimberly Burston. Lane 7 from Wigan Best is Mia Greenoff. And in lane 8 from Wigan Best is Isabel Williamson. These are the finalists for the women's 15 years, 50 metres butterfly. Strong start there at the first 25. It's Gabrielle Melbourne Smith from Warrington Warriors. Also swimming strongly in lane 5 is Rebecca Moore of Copeland, but it's going to be in lane 4. It's going to be Gabrielle Melbourne Smith. Take this by half a body length. That concludes the women's 15 years 50 metres butterfly. Results are now confirmed as per the board. Move on to the next event in your programme. Event 215, the women's 16 years 50 metres butterfly.
In lane 1, from Wigan Best, Jodie Gittins. Lane 2 from the City of Liverpool, Holly White. Lane 3 from Preston, Elizabeth Woodcock. Lane 4 from the Isle of Man, Olivia Marshall. Lane 5 from Satellite, Ruby Burns. Lane 6 from Flixton, Lucy Cook. Lane 7 from Dane Valley, Neve McAteer. And in lane 8 from Cockermouth, Abby Winstanley. And they are your finalists for the women's 16 years 50 metres butterfly final.
First 25, it's between Olivia Marshall, Ruby Burns, Lucy Cook, all swimming well. They're coming into the final 10 metres now. It's going to be, I'm not going to call this one. And it is Olivia Marshall from the Isle of Man in 29.14. That concludes the women's 16 years 50 metres butterfly. The results confirmed as per the board. Move on to the next event in your programme, which is event 216, the women's 17 years 50 metres butterfly.
In lane 1 from Trafford Metro, Holly Rollinson. Lane 2 from Wirral Metro, Tori Sopp. Lane 3 from Stockport Metro, Elizabeth Harris. Lane 4 from Oldham Aquatics, Jessica Calderbank. Lane 5 from from Stockport Metro, Kira Standing. Lane 6 from Oldham Aquatics, Molly Roodhouse. Lane 7 from Stockport Metro, Scarlett Peacock. And in lane 8 from the City of Salford, Emily Keys. And they're your finalists for the women's 17 years and over 50 metres butterfly final. first to rise was Jessica Calderbank from Oldham Aquatics. Very quick arm action in lane 4. It looks as though she's going to take it. And then second place might be Kira Standing. It's not, it's Elizabeth Harris from Kira Standing. Very good swim, 28-23. And we'll just wait for the confirmation of that result. And there we have it, as we move on to our next final, which is for the men's 15 years, 50 metres backstroke final.
In lane 1 from Wigan Best, Alfredo Lozano. Lane 2 from Southport, Edward Whittingham. In lane 3 from Preston, Harry Robinson. Lane 4 from Cockermouth, Samuel Greenbank. Lane 5, City of Manchester, Alex Campbell. Lane 6 from Southport, Alexander Dillon. Lane 7 from the Isle of Man, Harvey Lowe. And in lane 8 from Cockermouth, Ben Jenkinson. These are the finalists for the men's 15 years, 50 metres backstroke. Through the 25 metre mark in lane 4, it looks like Samuel Greenbank of Cockermouth. In lane 3, challenging him is Harry Robinson, also swim well, Alex Campbell, City of Manchester. But it is going to be, I think, in lane 4, Samuel Greenbank, then Harry Robinson, then Alex Campbell. That concludes the men's 15 years, 50 metres backstroke. Results now confirmed as per the board. Move on to the next events in your programme. Event 218, the men's 16 years, 50 metres backstroke.
In lane 1, from Burnley Bobcats, Zach Smith-Shelley. Lane 2, from City of Liverpool, Alex Thompson. Lane 3, from Bolton Metro, Thomas Duxbury. Lane 4, from Winsford, Ethan Jones. Lane 5, from Cockermouth, Ronan Greening. Lane 6, the City of Liverpool, Harry Pope. Lane 7, from City of Liverpool, Christian Allen. And in lane 8, from Everton, Matthew Rooney. And they are the finalists for the men's 16 years, 50 metres backstroke final. As we go through the first 25, it's very, very close between Ethan Jones and Ronan Greening. It looks as though Ronan Greening looks as though he's edging out. As they come under the flags, it's going to be Ronan Greening from Ethan Jones. And then Thomas Duxbury. And I'll wait for the confirmation of that result. It is Ethan Jones in second place from Thomas Duxbury. And there we have the confirmation of that result as we move on to our last final, which is the men's 17 years and over 50 metres backstroke final.
In lane 1 from Blackpool Aquatic is Anthony Wood. 2 from Preston, Billy Dewhurst. 3 from Stockport Metro, Thomas Howdle. Lane 4 from Pioneer 79, Thomas Gilroy. Lane 5 from Prescott, Neil Wiley. Lane 6 from Stockport Metro, Kyle Chisholm. Lane 7 from Warrington Warriors, Alex Watkinson. And in lane 8 from Pioneer 79, Aaron Bostock. These are the finalists for the men's 17 years 50 metres backstroke. Excellent start there from Thomas Howdle, Stockport Metro in lane 3. In lane 4, also going well, is Thomas Gilroy. And it's going to be between those two, I think. And it is. Looks like Thomas Gilroy in first place. We're just awaiting confirmation of those results. Just a reminder to everybody that the warm-ups this afternoon start warm-up is 1:45 to 2:15 for the females, 2:15 to 2:45 for the males, and as soon as possible start at 2:45 this afternoon with an estimated finish time of 6:30 tonight. Just waiting for the confirmation of that last final, event 219, the men's 17 years 50 metres backstroke. Result confirmed as per the board, and that went to Thomas Gilroy of Pioneer 79. Results confirmed as per the board. That concludes the swimming for today, this morning, with the Sassant. Now invite the officials to leave the pool deck for the lunchtime session. Just a reminder as well, there's a coaches forum in the dance studio.
Officials, if you would like to leave the pool deck.
Once again, just invite the officials to thank them for this morning and leave the poolside, please. That concludes this morning's session.